So this is the Insta360 Go Ultra. It's significantly smaller than all other conventional action cameras on the market. And that's a major advantage. You want to be able to mount an action camera anywhere, and the weight shouldn't be a distraction either. But one might assume that such a small form factor requires certain compromises. Image quality, overheating, battery life, and so on. At least that's what I would expect. Today we want to find out if that's really the case. I have here the DJI Action 5 Pro, the GoPro Hero 13, and of course the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, currently the best action cameras on the market. Today I want to answer 3 questions. Can the Go Ultra replace such an action camera? What are its advantages? And of course, what are its limitations in this comparison? For that, I looked at a total of 10 categories that are important for an action camera. And yes, the Go Ultra was provided to me by Insta360 for testing purposes. But this video contains no additional paid sponsorship. Let's start with what is probably the biggest strength of the Go Ultra, its small form factor. Here you can see a comparison with the GoPro Hero 13. The Go Ultra is not only significantly smaller in size, it's also much thinner. The same goes of course when we compare it with the DJI Action 5 Pro or the Ace Pro 2. Which is the largest camera in this comparison. The weight difference compared to the other 3 cameras is also striking. The Go Ultra weighs only 53 grams. The other 3 action cameras weigh about 3 times as much. Especially if you mount the camera on your body or on a helmet, that's a key advantage. You won't even feel this tiny camera. And another thing is important. The camera itself doesn't have a display. I would therefore say it's by far the most rugged camera in this comparison. In most cases, it will survive a drop without damage. The lens cover can be replaced easily. If one of the other cameras lands on the back display, it could mean total loss of the device. By the way, you can secure the Go Ultra with this safety strap if you've mounted it somewhere using the magnet on the back of the camera. Unlike the older Go 3S, the Go Ultra has a microSD card slot and no internal storage. That means there are no longer any limitations regarding storage capacity. On the other hand, you will now of course also need a fast and sufficiently large microSD card for the Go Ultra. The combination with the Action Pod is definitely the next big strength of the Go Ultra. The Action Pod not only serves as a charging station, but also as a remote control. You can judge the framing from a distance, change settings, and start or stop a recording. To check the framing with one of the other cameras, you have to use a remote with a display or connect the camera to your smartphone. And connecting to your smartphone can be awkward, especially when doing sports. And of course, you can simply place the Go Ultra into the Action Pod and use it exactly like one of the other 3 cameras. It's like having 2 cameras in one. The Action Pod, like the Ace Pro 2, has a flip-up display. I would even say the display is exactly the same size as the one of the Ace Pro 2. That's obviously perfect for vlogging and filming yourself. The Hero 13 and the Action 5 both have a significantly smaller front display in addition to the back screen. When the Go Ultra is in the Action Pod, it's about the same size as one of the other cameras. It is almost identical in size to the GoPro Hero 13. As mentioned, the camera has a magnet on the back and can therefore be attached to metallic surfaces. But both the Action Pod and the camera alone can also be mounted in other ways using various mounts. There is also an action camera mount adapter, which makes the Go Ultra compatible with all standard action camera mounts. The Action Pod, however, is not waterproof, not without a dive case. The camera alone, on the other hand, is waterproof up to 10 meters without a dive case. So far so good. Just from the body and the concept, the Go Ultra has a lot of advantages. And there would hardly be a reason to prefer one of the other 3 cameras. That brings us to the important question. How good is the image quality? I took several comparison shots with all 3 action cameras. And please take a close look at these recordings. I mean, I could talk about them at length, but ultimately it's the facts and your personal taste that count. The Go Ultra has a modern and relatively large 1/1.28-inch sensor, which is significantly larger than that of the GoPro and about the same size as the sensors of the Action 5 Pro and the Ace Pro 2, even minimally larger. When we compare the footage of the Ultra with that of the Action 5 and the Hero 13, we can actually see in both comparisons that the Ultra uses fewer yellow tones and produces a more neutral look. On the other hand, the sky in the Ultra footage appears more saturated and the blue tones are more pronounced. All footage was recorded using the standard color profile. It was only when I directly compared the Ultra with the Ace Pro 2 that I really noticed. The Ultra produces exactly the same colors as the Ace Pro 2. These 2 shots look absolutely identical. You wouldn't be able to tell them apart. This also applies to the wide field of view, contrast or dynamic range. If I didn't know better, I'd say the Ultra has the same sensor as the Ace Pro 2. Hardly any differences can be seen in terms of detail either. Here you see a 300% zoom in, and both shots contain the same amount of detail. This is a zoom in using the 2x digital zoom. Again, the images look identical. Even when we compare the ultra zoomed in footage with a 5K shot from the GoPro or a 4K shot from the Action 5, the same holds true. Even in these comparisons, there are barely any differences in detail. Only when comparing the 2x zoom of the Go Ultra with that of the Action 5 does the Ultra perform slightly better, as you can see here. The GoPro does not have a 2x zoom. As mentioned, the Go Ultra has an extremely wide field of view, about as wide as the already very wide field of view of the Ace Pro 2. And that makes it a bit wider than that of the Action 5, and significantly wider than the standard field of view wide of the GoPro Hero 13. For me, when using it as an action camera, that's a major advantage. All cameras, including the Ultra, have additional settings for the field of view. Which color look you prefer is of course a matter of taste, but I think we can objectively say that the Go Ultra's image quality is excellent and, at least under good lighting conditions, it's on par with the others. I think it's fair to say that despite the small form factor, you no longer have to compromise on image quality. The same applies to dynamic range. The Go Ultra has an HDR function, which, like with the Ace Pro 2, is integrated into the standard video mode. You can disable it if needed. And HDR recordings don't look unnatural at all. Highlights are well preserved. The dynamic range is about as good as that of the Ace Pro 2 and significantly better than that of the GoPro Hero 13. Especially in strong backlighting, the Go Ultra's recordings look significantly better than those of the GoPro, but even when the sun is shining directly in your face. What the Go Ultra doesn't have compared to the other three cameras is a real log profile. While it does offer a range of predefined color filters for special situations, the footage isn't suitable for heavy color grading. All the footage you've seen so far was recorded in 4K 30, using the standard settings on all cameras. None of the recordings have been edited in any way. But what about higher frame rates and slow motion? The Go Ultra can also shoot in 4K at 60 frames per second. In 4K 60, however, there is a slight crop, and the field of view becomes a bit narrower, about the same as that of the Action 5, but interestingly, still wider than that of the Hero 13, especially vertically. But when it comes to real slow motion footage, the Go Ultra does have its first real limitation. While the three conventional action cameras all support high quality 4K at 120 frames per second, you'll have to reduce the resolution to 2.7K on the Go Ultra for 120 frames per second. The 2.7K 120 recordings are definitely usable, but of course they can't fully keep up with the slow motion footage from the other three cameras. Also, the crop here is noticeably more significant. So really high quality slow motion shots are, perhaps together with the lack of a log profile, the first real compromise. That doesn't apply to image stabilization. The image stabilization of the Go Ultra performs at least as well as that of the other three cameras. There are different levels of stabilization, just like with the other cameras, and the footage is excellently stabilized. Here, for example, you can see a comparison with the Action 5 Pro using the highest stabilization setting, and you can clearly see that the footage from the Ultra is just as well stabilized as that from the Action 5. We've seen that the Go Ultra delivers very good results in good lighting conditions. And I mentioned earlier that the Ultra with its 1/1.28-inch sensor actually has a very large sensor for its size. In addition, it features the pure video mode, which, like on the Ace Pro 2, was developed specifically for low light conditions. So let's take a look at how the small Ultra performs in low light. As you might know, the GoPro Hero 13 with its small sensor is relatively weak in low light, and you can clearly see that in this comparison. The Go Ultra delivers significantly better results in poor lighting conditions than the GoPro, and that's despite being much smaller. And the difference is huge. This is getting embarrassing for GoPro. Yes, these are action cameras, but GoPro should definitely use a new sensor. The Action 5 Pro, on the other hand, has a 1/1.3-inch sensor, which is about the same size as that of the Go Ultra. So the result of this comparison is a big surprise for me. The difference is not huge, but I think you can clearly say that the small Go Ultra takes visibly better shots in low light than the Action 5 Pro in super night mode, which was also made specifically for recording in low light. The Go Ultra's footage has more detail and clearly has less image noise, even if you might not be able to see this so well on YouTube. Even the dynamic range is slightly better and the highlights are better protected. Only when comparing with shots from the Ace Pro Pro 2 is the result no longer so clear. Both cameras achieve similarly good results in low light. The shots look very similar here too. Perhaps the Go Ultra uses a slower shutter speed, which leads to slightly poorer stabilization. On the other hand, it handles flickering problems better than the Ace Pro 2. Overall, this is a great result for the Go Ultra. With such a small camera and a relatively large sensor, there's obviously the risk that the camera could overheat quickly when recording in 4K. Now you should know that during activities with airflow, no action camera overheats easily. That's why the following test is only partially meaningful. I placed the Go Ultra on a desk in my office at 24 degrees Celsius and started the recording in 4K 30. Under these conditions, the Go Ultra had no overheating issues whatsoever. It recorded until the battery was empty. None of the tested cameras had overheating problems under these conditions and in 4K 30. So the next question is, how long does the Go Ultra's battery last compared to the other cameras? In 4K 30, the Go Ultra can record for about 46 minutes without the action pod. But when the battery runs out, you can still continue filming. You just need to place the camera into the action pod. The action pod will automatically recharge the camera. And when using the Go Ultra inside the action pod, it can shoot in 4K 30 for 2 hours and 20 minutes. By comparison, the Ace Pro 2 records in 4K 30 for 1 hour and 42 minutes, the Hero 13 for 1 hour and 48 minutes, and the battery champion remains the Action 5 with 3 hours. However, this means that the Go Ultra in the action pod can shoot clearly longer than the GoPro Hero 13 and the Ace Pro 2. And the Go Ultra charges the fastest, 80% of battery capacity in just 12 minutes. Overall, that's pretty impressive. All 4 cameras, of course, offer a wide range of different features that set them apart. And it wouldn't make sense to list them all here. But there are a few things you should know. The Go Ultra supports Apple Find My, so you can easily locate it using your iPhone if you happen to lose it. It supports the new Mic Air from Insta360, as well as a range of other Bluetooth microphones, such as the Mic Mini, Mic 2 or AirPods. It comes with a variety of mounts and accessories right out of the box. For example, this magnetic pendant that you can wear around your neck, allowing you to magnetically attach the Go Ultra to your chest. In addition, I would recommend a GoPro mount adapter to everyone. This way, the Go Ultra is also compatible with all other action camera mounts. The other 3 cameras also have special features. GoPro offers additional lenses, the Action 5 has internal storage, and the Ace Pro 2, for example, comes with a detachable wind guard on the front to reduce heavy wind noise. If you're interested in a comparison of the 3 conventional action cameras, check out my recent comparison video. But now we come to the all-important question. How much does the Go Ultra cost? The Go Ultra costs $450 and, as mentioned, comes with a few accessories. And if you use the link in the video description, you will exclusively receive a fast 256GB microSD card, which is ideal for the Go Ultra. But this offer is only valid for a limited time. The GoPro Hero 13 costs $430, the Ace Pro 2 is $400, and the Action 5 is currently $350. You can find links to all the cameras in the video description. So what would I recommend? I think the Go Ultra is a great alternative to a traditional action camera. You really don't have to make any compromises in image quality, maybe just a bit in low light. And you're getting an extremely versatile camera that you can mount pretty much anywhere. Only professional filmmakers who need very high quality slow motion footage and ideally a 10-bit log profile for color grading should go for one of the other cameras. And then of course there's the price. But that's something only you can decide. At least right now you'll receive a large fast SD card worth $30 with your purchase. If you're looking for a smaller and more affordable camera, then check out my detailed comparison between the Go Ultra and the Go 3S. So what do you think about the comparison with the other action cameras? Am I wrong or did I miss an important detail? If so, definitely let me know in the comments. A full tutorial on the Go Ultra is coming soon. Give me a like as feedback, stay tuned and see you next time.